I found out that Satan did a role reversal in the Bible to fool the masses. So save yourselves and don't fall for Satan's tricks.
After I stopped going to church, and long after I stopped believing, when I left my Christian faith, was the fear of hell. It lingered long after I stopped going to church, and long after I stopped believing in the biblical God. I held on to that fear of hell for so many years after I decided that I was no longer a Christian. I had that nagging thought in the back of my mind of, what if I'm wrong? What if I die tomorrow and I stand before God and he looks me in the eyes and he says, "Depart from me, I never knew you," and tosses me into the pits of hell. I get messages from people every single day that say, I can't shake this fear of hell. I'm so afraid that I might be wrong. How do I get rid of this fear? The fear can be so debilitating for so many people that often it keeps them from leaving. Even when they're finding the belief nonsensical or unbelievable, they stay because they are afraid. This fear can halt critical thought. It can disrupt your desire for freedom, and it can keep you mentally and emotionally trapped in a religion that you might not even find believable anymore just because you are so afraid.
This is a Pinky Naughty production.
A couple of people who know a thing or two about Christianity, and they said that this isn't true, that salvation through faith alone is not true, that no, you have to have faith and you also have to have works, that you also have to behave like Jesus. You have to behave like Jesus. But those people are wrong.
I said, no way. There's no way that God created people just to go to hell. Just to go to hell.
Get your popcorn ready. Don't forget your tinfoil hats. Let's go to the next level, to the Mandela effect.
And now I'm going to cite from several parts of the Bible. This is found in the regular Holy Bible. Now I'm going to quote from it. "There is no work or ransom payment that we need to do to be saved. We can, for it is by grace you have been saved, through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of God. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. Obtain this salvation free through Jesus." But this next one from Romans 10:9 through 10 also confirms this. "If you declare with your mouth, Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. And thus, you only need to be saved through faith alone."
But why would you dedicate your entire life and personality to something that you have not first properly researched, that you don't really know to be true? Not only that, but there is this sense of urgency that, you don't know when you're going to die. It could be tomorrow. It could be today. You might not have 5 minutes left. You need to get right with Jesus right now. And the expectation is that the person receiving the good news or, being told about Jesus is going to instantly want to convert and give their lives to this thing. Expect people to convert to your religion based on these evangelical practices and methods, but how irrational it is to convert to evangelical Christianity because of these methods and these tactics that are used. Think mostly about this idea of Christianity that insists that you must change your entire life and dedicate it to this ideology, that you have to completely repent from your life, your lifestyle, everything you're doing, change everything about who you are, die to yourself, believe in a 2,000-year-old resurrection and all of the miracles that accompany it, and really devote every aspect of your life to this belief, to dedicate everything about who you are. And if you are not actively living as a Christian and following those rules, and you're going a different way, if you've chosen a different path, well, that is a path that feels authentic to you. And so if you have to change everything about what is authentic to you and your personality and your perception of the world in order to follow this thing, well, it better be true. Well, it better be true.
This is why I left the Christianity religion, because I found out that the Bible was wrong, and I refused to separate my mind, my spirit from my body. And I refuse to serve a God that will punish me for being human. And I will never serve a God that's going to punish people by sending them to hell.
But at the end of the day, Christians say it takes faith to believe it. You have to believe on faith. How can you know that any of the claims being made within Christianity are true? These are some outlandish claims that they're providing for us, right? They want us to believe that people were walking on water and turning water into wine and raising people from the dead, and all kinds of out there claims that none of us would believe in any other circumstance. But for some reason, so many people make the exception for Christianity. They must believe in it. They must repent. And in evangelicalism, there is so much a sense of urgency that you don't have the time. You don't have time to make sure that these claims are true. You just have to accept it on faith. You just have to believe it because somebody's telling you to believe it.
I don't believe you need salvation for just being a human being. And I don't serve a punishing God. The multiverse theory, it destroys the Bible and it destroys Jesus. Jesus cannot exist in the multiverse. And the multiverse also proves there's only one Jehovah. There's only one supreme creator. Thank you for listening. I'll see you on the next video.